Gentlemen, welcome back to Phil's Little Shop of Horrors. Yes, it's been a while. We got some issues going on. I got some medical concerns. We'll get into that a bit later. But today I want to give this Bauer Harbor Freight Bauer little disc belt grinder a good going over. I picked this up the other day. Now, what's old is new, and that doesn't mean it's better. I've had 3 of the Central Machinery Harbor Freight old sanders, and I gotta tell you, they beat this thing hands down. I ended up giving all of them away. Then I ran across a full-size one that was a Harbor Freight, and they're like $350 now. It was in pieces. I paid $40 for it. Put it all together, new bearings and everything, and then it worked fine. I had to put a new disc on it, and it worked fine. But it sat here for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, and I never used it, and it just took up too much space. So I know you won't be able to tell by looking, but because it's a friggin' disaster right now, I'm rearranging stuff. But I hauled 2 complete truckloads of machinery and tools out of here 2 weeks ago and gave them some young fella, and now I'm rearranging all this mess. I got a load to the dump still, and I just kind of kicked a hole in it to make this video right now. So anyway, let's get right with the program. Oh, first of all, if you're into the unboxing thing, there's the box. And if you're into the unboxing thing, go buy one and do it yourself. I hate those. So back to this. This is a disappointment. That's putting it mildly. I bought that stand. It's for a bench grinder. Put it together, and then of course it's not tall, or it's not wide enough across the top to mount this sander. So I scored a piece of 1/2-inch plate at work, cut it down, and I used the old mill drill for the first time and drilled a bunch of holes in it, tapped it, and I bolted this plate to this thing so I could mount this. And then I drilled holes in the plate to mount this, and then I got $500 worth of nuts and bolts around here. You think I had a bolt fit that? Nope, I had to go to the hardware store because that's just the name of that tune. Got the thing all bolted together, and I'm sitting here looking at this thing, and I'm going, man, this is just not cutting it. Like I said, I've had 3 of them other cheaper ones, and if I had my druthers, I'd go get another one of them. This thing is just lacking. First of all, if you look here, and I'll try to get this somewhat level, you'll notice that table is kicked up at an angle, right? On the old ones, there used to be a piece of all thread that come up right here that would hit a tab, and you with a nut, and you could adjust the height up and down. This rinky thing has got this little sheet metal tab, and that's your height adjustment, as in 0. Well done. Not. Then the main gripe I got with this thing, and this one was real disappointing. Of course, it comes with the obligatory POS miter gauge made out of plastic. Yeah, just to get rid of that. So never use them anyway. But this table here, this is my disappointment, the biggest one. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this up underneath there. It's got this funky bracket support that comes across, and there's nothing over here. So it's only supported on one side in that funky bracket. So you come out here and you push on the thing, and it flexes like crazy. And you can. That's because the only thing holding that up is this bracket here. There's a pivot right here, and then you got this chintzy handle, which you can't tighten that up enough. If you push hard on this thing, it just down it goes. You just can't tighten this up enough. And that is bullshit. I don't care. That was a bad corner to cut, people. Bad. And then, you're putting this thing on. You got your obligatory piece of crap little stop here, and the metric Allen head bolts, and they give you that, which is mighty nice of them, right? So you tighten all this stuff up, and if you want to go up and down with this thing here, like so, you got to come back here, and there's this. You tighten and loosen that thing, right? Okay, so you get all done doing what you want to do. You get it where you want it, and then what do you do with that? You set it down and you lose it. That's what you do, because geniuses couldn't put a clip on here somewhere or a hole to slide it in. You just throw it down. So I dug in my prolific amount of crap and found me a little magnet. So we'll use the magnet for now until I drill a hole in here or something. I don't know. I'll do something. Come up with something, because that's just irritating. And then, of course, well, now that I put that away, unloosen this thing so I can pick it back up. So then, of course, the first thing you got to do is set the tracking on it, which I've set this tracking twice already. And every time I turn it on, it still wants to walk just a wee bit. But I think I got that. So there's that, your little fancy on-off button. I'm so proud of them lately. Then down you go. Little plastic knob for setting your angle. And then here's the other major gripe. On the old ones, they had a metal handle here that you pull out, and that takes the spring tension off so you can change the belts, right? So now we got that thing is chintzy. It feels, I don't know, it might be metal, but man, does it feel chintzy. It feels like you're going to bust that thing off of there. So I ain't real tickled with that either. It's kind of a hokey setup. Let's see if it's self-correcting. So yeah, all in all, I haven't even tried using the thing yet. I'm just picking it apart here after I put it together, and this is like, no. I'm gonna give this one a hard pass, gentlemen. I would definitely recommend getting on Craigslist, finding you an old Harbor Freight Special Central Machinery, and do whatever it takes to put it back together and get it going. Just stay away from this thing. They cut too many corners on it. It's not like I use them all the time, but damn, for $120, I expect a little more than that, right? So, I don't know. I see modifications in my future. Like, at the very least, putting something up here so that can pivot on, so it's not flopping around, because that's just unacceptable. Okay, so enough of that. That's all fun and games. Yeah, it's been a while since I made a video. Like I said, I got these medical issues, so I'll give you the skinny on that. And this has been going on for years, but it's gotten bad. So they call it pads. I don't know. It's basically plugged up arteries. Okay, so what the deal is that both of the main arteries in my legs are completely plugged. The femoral artery in the mid thigh area, they're 100% plugged, which means that I got jack crap for blood flow to my lower legs, which means that if I try to walk more than 100 feet, the lactic acid builds up in my muscles and they start cramping, and I get shin splints and muscle cramps in my calves, and it's just all the wicked pain, just miserable pain. So then you sit down for a few minutes till the blood flows again, and I'm off for another 50, 100 feet, or however, the distance gets shorter. So I've been dealing with this for years, but it finally got bad enough. I went and seen a doctor, because I don't like doctors. And first thing, five bottles of pills right out the gate. Bunch of pills. Jesus Christ. That was in mid-April. I took until August to go see a cardiologist because that was the quickest appointment. That guy changed the statins they put me on, gave me a prescription for freaking aspirin, and wanted to do a CAT scan to find out where the plugs are. Well, I've already had 15 tests, MRIs, Jesus, the tests. So they know what's going on. They know where the problem is, but, they got to have more tests. And so I told this guy, I said, listen, I'm just going to wait till I get to see the cardiovascular surgeon. And then if he wants to do this CAT scan, then we'll do it then. In the meantime, I'm not doing this stuff just for fun. So then I go back and I see my regular doctor and I bitching at her. And I said, listen, if I worked on cars the way you guys got your thing going on, I'd be bankrupt because people would be suing me into oblivion. So now I got an appointment on September 18th for this cardiovascular surgeon. So let's go April, May, June, July, August, September before I can even get in to see this guy. Then he's going to, all that is a consultation. Then he's going to want to do more tests. And the thing they're telling me, if the arteries in my legs are plugged up, then more than likely the arteries in my heart are plugged up. So I'm going to wind up doing some kind of surgery. It could be major. I have no idea. I don't know if they're going to do stents, if they're going to bypass these things. I have no idea. All I know is by the time they get done screwing around, it's going to be February before anything happens. So there's that. Sorry, didn't mean to unload on you, but that's what's going on. Which is why I really haven't been doing a lot, because by the time I get done working, I come home, it's all I can do just to fall down. So there's not been much going on out here in the garage until 2 weeks ago when I had a feller come over and loaded all that stuff up. So then there's more going out of this garage, and I'm not bothering to sell any of it. I'm either giving it away or throwing the crap away, and most of it's just garbage anyway, crap that I've hoarded over the years. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel that I can walk in this garage. As soon as I get rid of this pile of crap here and get it put away, there will be a pathway all the way to the door there, and I can get in and out of here. That would make my life a whole lot easier, and then I can get in here and start doing something. So that's what's going on. And like I said, stay away from this thing. Just don't even bother. Not worth the money. I'll make it work because I bought it. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start looking for Craigslist, and you can get the old ones dirt cheap once in a while, and I'll just go find one of them and do whatever it takes to put it back together. And be way ahead of the game. The reason I bought this one is because it takes up way less than half the space of the big one I had, and I don't use them very much anyway. So there's that. Appreciate you taking a look at what I got to say. I'll try to get out here and do something a little more. Depends on how I feel when I get home from work, how much energy I got, and give it the old thumbs up, the like, subscribe, tell your buddies, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.